Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. A Nine of Cups. Somehow I woke up this morning knowing that the Nine of Cups would be the very first card that I drew in any reading. You're the first reading of the morning, and you get, of course, the Nine of Cups. It is the card called happiness, okay? And happiness is a way of life. It's a way of living. It's a way of relating to the world. It's not an object. It's not a product. It's not the guaranteed result of hard work. It's not a formula. It's not an equation. It's not a recipe. It's for us each to discover in a way, discover our own recipe for happiness, right? It is, this card is talking about abundance and success and resonance on the physical and financial planes, mental, emotional plane, and the spiritual, creative plane. And your work right now, your efforts in life may be focused on one or more of those areas, okay? But the happiness that you experience is in any moment, how you're relating to what you're doing, the people that's around you, the context, everything is relational in life, right? This is the dream that keeps on dreaming. This is the happiness that keeps on happening, even when there are bad days, right? This is now kind of the secret of life. We figured out how to be happy. Yeah. And now we're in this kind of flow state. And it's just our goal really to maintain this, to nurture this, take care of this, okay? I find that you're a very optimistic person. Yeah. I think that you have, you probably have a lot of friends, though it may not be so easy for you to make friends all the time. But once you do make them, you really enjoy being with those people, You probably have quite a few sort of extracurricular activities outside of your central focus. And whether that focus is work or school or you're in retirement, when I say work, it's basically whatever you're burning calories doing every day, right? Whatever your focus is in life. That's what I call your work. Usually it involves some kind of progress, some kind of achievements that we're going after, or the acquisition of resources, okay? It's how we use our time, energy, and money. It's what we're investing in. Of course, we're hoping to get a return on our investment, right? That's that's why people invest those things, I guess. But we're going to take a look at how you're relating to all of those things in your life, all of those different activities, the different people, the other factors, right? Nine of Cups is pretty good. Let's put it into a little bit of context, though. Let's see what's going on for you this week. We got a Three of Swords. So it tells me that there's at least, there's an issue in one of these three categories, right? Because it's a three. So it's either the three here in the physical, financial, mental, emotional, or spiritual, creative planes. The three is a card of memory as well. We've got the Justice card, the Ten of Wands, an Emperor. And interesting now, we've got the Emperor and the Justice card. These are opposite signs in the wheel of the zodiac, right? So it may be that you're sort of, you're kind of a split mind about something, okay? And we have a Seven of Wands in the future position. it seems as if going at the same rate of speed that you're going now may result in kind of us wearing out the engine or the transmission or the tires of the car. Okay. So I think Spirit's saying, in some ways, it's saying, let's decelerate a little bit. Now, I don't think that slowing down in life is necessarily the so-called key to happiness, but I do think that it can help sometimes to slow down a little bit and figure out, okay, why am I feeling a certain way in certain relationships, or, what is this sort of bug in the system right now? What is causing me this bit of melancholy that we get with the Three of Swords? And, of course, Sagittarius, if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. We're going to put the rest of our cards on the table. Path of the Serpent, 7 of Pentacles, but the 6 of Cups, the Empress, and the 2 of Cups. Wow. Wow, that kind of blows me away, because I was thinking, oh, this is going to be a challenging one, And yeah, it will be challenging, but look at the results, look at the rewards, right? This is really the process of happiness. This is the function of all of that, right? That we're trying to get happy and stay happy, right? There's something, I think, from I feel like it's maybe something from your past, or it's something that at least is bringing up a lot of past stuff for you. But it may be a particular relationship in the moment. It's a certain feeling, and it may be due to the juxtaposition between our Justice card and our Emperor, okay? And it really makes me wonder if you are particularly enjoying the work that you're doing right now. Okay? Because maybe that Emperor is up there thinking, okay, I'm going to dominate this business or this field or this industry. Whatever work I'm doing, I'm going to be the best. We have these ambitions to really expand. The Emperor is all about procuring resources and mastering those resources and controlling those resources, right? Whereas the Justice card might be a little bit of the opposite, might be about the distribution of those resources, about the sharing, more about the relationship between people than about me just gathering the resources and being in control of them. Or in other words, we have this ambition, at work, let's say, or at school. It's sort of almost a competitive sort of ambition. And that kind of puts us at odds with other people. And maybe that Three of Swords is just kind of saying, no, I don't want to be so ambitious that I'm competing against my friends or my family, my coworkers, my classmates, the other people in church, whatever it is, that underneath everything, you really want to focus more on the relationships. You want to enjoy being together with those people and working on things together and sharing ideas and lifting each other up, rather than on that Emperor energy, which is just kind of, I'm collecting everything I can for myself and to heck with everybody else, right? So it could be that you're in a world right now. I'm not saying this is your personality. I'm saying you may be in a world that is encouraging you to be more competitive. Maybe it's your workplace. Maybe it's school is very competitive right now. Maybe it is kind of the politics or the power trips at church or at the library or at the book club or the bake sale. It could be in a lot of different things, It could be that we are trying to find a balance between our competitive nature, our ambition, because, again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to gather resources and build up your life in that way, right? But at the same time, you have this growing need to just bond with people, relate to people. Just sit down and have that conversation and enjoy the company of others. Now, maybe you're in a situation where you can do both. Maybe it's, I'm thinking my daughter, she's 4. She's in jiu-jitsu class, right? And so it's she's with her friends, and they're joking around. They're playing games. They're teasing each other. They're playing tag and stuff, and they're just really being silly, and they're looking at bugs, and they're just, having fun, being together, And then the coach kind of blows the whistle. They go on the mat, and they wrestle it out. They wrestle, and they want to win. They're trying to best each other. It's jiu-jitsu. It's a competition, But then when the match is over, they're right back to hugging and laughing and playing around, enjoying that relationship, even though sometimes it's time for competition. Yeah. Anyway, let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here. And Bell Schnickel is here, cheer or fear. We'll see about that card a little bit later. If you have a prediction for that one, though, put it in the comments down below. Okay? I want to thank everybody for giving me all the good vibes and the prayers and the blessings. I'm getting over this chest cold that I have. I feel much better. Thank you so much. Let's look around the room here, okay? Because we have our 1, 2, 3 major arcana energies. And I think it really is a very powerful, powerful combination to have the relationship between the Emperor and the Empress. So not only in the sort of alchemical or hermetic sense of the fire and the water, the male and the female sort of merging together, and there is that suggestion here that you may be sort of falling in love with something. With the Two of Cups, there's this urge to merge, and it could be that your ambition now is trying to merge with this this other side of you, right? Trying to incorporate and balance both of these elements within your own soul. It could be that you are really finding the true love that you're after, right? Maybe the Three of Swords is this feeling of, everything in my life is going great, but I still don't feel all that happy, right? You have this ambition. I think you're doing very well in your career or in your school or in your retirement, whatever your work is. I feel that the Emperor is saying you're doing really well, okay? That you've got the right idea. Now, maybe you don't have all the money that you wish you had, but I feel like you're in a good position. I feel like you know what you're doing, and I feel like you're excelling at it, okay? And then underneath everything, there is this desire for union, for partnership, for connection, for the, better relationships. Yeah. So we have all this fire right here, and I think the fire is really going upward. It's an upward triangle, right, which is the fire, the alchemical symbol for fire, the upward triangle. And I think that, you're achieving a lot in your work. And again, work is whatever you're sort of burning calories doing every day. Maybe it's exercise, maybe it is, your creative work. Maybe you're writing a book, or you're running a company, or you're working at the dock or something. You could be running a little store. You could be working at the coffee shop. Whatever it might be. Maybe you're flying airplanes. I feel like you're achieving a lot in that aspect. Okay? But I'm wondering if the relationships now, because Three of Swords on top of that Nine of Cups, it's saying, on paper, the recipe, I think I'm doing everything I want to do. I should be happy, but there's something not going, there's something not right, there's something missing. And I think it really is that Empress energy. So uniting the Emperor and the Empress are going to, I think, provide you with that experience of happiness in your life, no matter what you're doing, right? And so there is this urge to merge, and it may be that some of you are thinking, okay, my life is pretty good right now. The only thing missing is that true love, partnership, that romance, that, the marriage of that romantic kind of partner. Okay. And I do see that happening. If that is what you can identify as being sort of missing from your life, is having that experience. Now, it doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but I do feel that there is, you're looking for more connections. Yeah. And so in that sense, we're seeing the fire energy here, indicating that perhaps we do need to decelerate. We do need to decelerate, not accelerate. We do need to decelerate a little bit so that we can identify what this Three of Swords, sorrow or melancholy is. And then over here, of course, we can get it, and that's beautiful. So we've got our majors. We got our fire, of course. Water, water, water. Got a little bit of air and a little bit of earth. Okay. And so it really is about you thinking about your life, your Seven of Pentacles, thinking about your practical reality, your actual like day-to-day sort of perceptions of life, what you're doing, your activities, your routines. and thinking, okay, what's sort of missing here where I don't feel as happy as I really could. I think that we feel a general sort of happiness, like, yeah, life's good, But I wonder if we're saying, well, yeah, I got a good job. I got some money, not a lot, but it's enough for now, and I'm working towards more. That you're sort of naming off all these things, and you're saying, yeah, by with that list of things, I should be pretty happy. Okay. But the Three of Swords, I think it's triggering something in your past. And I'm not sure exactly what, but it may be related to our Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups, very often, people love to point this out to me, that the Six of Cups is supposed to be your memories, right? And yes, it can be. But the Six of Cups, now I'm kind of starting out of place now, great. The Six of Cups is about those moments of deep feelings of connection, those moments of exhilaration where we feel like whatever we're doing in this moment, we just feel we're in the flow. Man, we feel connected. We feel that it is right, it is perfect, no matter what it is. It could be we're sailing a turbulent sea, but you're up there at the helm, you got the wind in your hair and the salt water splashing on your face, and it's pitch black, and you're in the middle of a storm. But you just feel like you're doing what you're supposed to. You feel like in this moment, you just feel like you're at one with the ship, and even the water, you feel that everything's connected, right? It's that crazy feeling that we can get at these seemingly random times. And those are landmarks in your life. Those are now benchmarks, right? Those are memories. Those are things that do stick out significantly. And maybe that's what the Three of Swords, because the Three of Swords is the function of memory. Memory usually causes us some sorrow. It's either we're thinking back and reliving a very painful time in our lives, or we're thinking back and remembering a very good time in our life, and we may remember it very fondly, but then I think we start to think, how come I don't have that now? I want that Six of Cups feeling now. Like, maybe our Emperor is up here doing the good work, having that competition and striving, working hard, procuring resources. But then still kind of feeling like, okay, I need to have more of those peak experiences, those landmark experiences of the Six of Cups. This is what's kind of missing, And until we achieve more of this, I think we're going to be stuck in that Seven of Pentacles feeling of life, the general energy that I should feel rich, but I don't. And maybe the Emperor really is rich. Maybe you do have a lot of money. Maybe you are very successful, and you're in a competitive world, and you're kicking butt, and that's a great thing. But it still kind of feels like my life is not golden the way it should be, right? It's because we want these connections. So the Three of Swords then becomes you remembering instances of the past, memories, all right, of when you felt this kind of connection. This is like a tranquility. This is like you're in the flow of life. Maybe this was a creative thing. Maybe this used to be how you felt when you're here doing the competitive stuff. Maybe you're in the stock market. Maybe you're in business. Maybe you are in construction or something, right? Maybe you repair things. Maybe you're a creative person. This is what you have felt before. And I'll tell you, this is what you're going to feel again, the Six of Cups, not this one. Because you're now identifying that, yeah, that's kind of what's missing from things right now. I want more of that. Yeah. So that is what the Three of Swords is sort of referencing from your past. Now, of course, the Libra energy underneath everything. It's a growing desire, a growing need for connections, for relationships. For now feeling like I kind of want to spend more time just hanging out and enjoying people rather than Emperor sort of, Emperor's a little bit solitary, right? It's lonely at the top, as they say, right? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. But the Justice card is more about just sort of being equal with everybody else. That it's like if you're the manager or the boss or the owner of the company, you kind of just want to do that undercover boss type of gig, right? Where you just dress down, you put on the uniform of everybody that sort of works there, and you're just one of the employees, you know. You just want to sit there and sit in the break room with everybody and eat lunch, right? Rather than having this so-called status that sets you apart from everybody. Okay? It's kind of like Sagittarius, you don't want to be special anymore, you know? Because I feel that in some area of your life, whether it's work or school or at home or something, you have some sort of status. There's something special about you that sets you apart. It could be your achievement, it could be your social status or your wealth or something like this, right? It could be your fame, it could be your level of creativity, but there's, it could be that you're sort of the manager or the boss and everybody else is the employee, and it's your job to be the boss, right? I mean, it's just the way it is sometimes. But you have this desire to just sort of just be one of the group, you know, to connect with everybody. And so this is a card that's really starting to it's starting to sort of de-incentivize the ambition of the Emperor, where it's just like I want to unite with something more meaningful. And if we're looking at the Empress too, it's kind of when you have this kind of status, whatever it may be. Now, maybe we're exaggerating it when we say, okay, you're like the Emperor, right? Who is really trying to find true love, but who can you trust, you know? And how do you know when the connection is real or when it's just somebody that's after you for your money, you know? Or for your power if you're the Emperor. So I think you're looking for those kinds of connections. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be, we want community. We want friends. We want to feel like we're just, we can hang out with a group of people and just laugh and really enjoy the people we're with. And in that sense, we sort of have to leave the Emperor at work, right? Or whatever it might be. Now, we're talking about the 10 of Wands. I feel that you've been accelerating in your life, that your Emperor has been hitting the gas harder and harder and harder. I feel like you have goals that you're trying to reach, milestones in terms of your finances or your health maybe, or in your career or in your school or in your, if you're retired, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter how old you are. I think you've been putting in more and more effort somewhere because you're trying to make progress faster. You're trying to, not even trying to make progress, trying to keep up with things, you know? So we feel like we have to work harder and faster to keep up with the world, yeah. And I think the more we do this, the more we are sort of forgetting about those Six of Cups moments, or they're flashing by so fast that we don't really have time to feel them, and we don't remember them. You know, when we're moving so fast, we don't have much opportunity to really register and absorb the experience. Okay? So that's kind of the, slow down and smell the roses kind of thing, because if you're driving by so fast, you're not even going to see the roses, let alone smell them, So I think that you've been doing things faster lately. Things have been ramping up. And again, that's really good. You're achieving a lot. But as a very common theme for you, Sagittarius, is this idea of slowing down. Not permanently, but maybe just laying off the gas a little bit. Now we've got that Seven of Wands here in the future position. Slow down before you fall down kind of thing again. And the Seven of Wands is, I feel like we're accelerating so much, right? For so long, we're hitting the gas harder and harder and harder. Eventually something's going to give. Eventually we're going to break down. Eventually we're going to have a health issue, a mental health issue, a spiritual crisis. The car is going to stop working. We're going to blow a tire or a gasket, and we're going to be forced to slow down. Well, that's not very Six of Cups either, is it? So the idea here is maybe we try to slow down a little bit when you have time. Now, you don't have to. No one's telling you what to do. But consider it. Think about it at least. If you were to slow down a little bit, take a little bit of work off your plate, do you think you would have more of a Six of Cups experience, or more opportunity at least for that Six of Cups experience? Whatever that is for you. Okay? So the Seven of Wands here may be saying that, look, the work's going to be there when you get back. There will always be more to do. You will very easily mash the accelerator again in a day or two, or however long, So nobody's telling you to quit. Nobody's telling you to stop. Really, nothing's telling you to slow down, but to consider what it would be like as a sort of therapeutic tool to slow down a little bit, right? Because you're kind of burning the candle at both ends with this one. Now, as we talk about the path of the serpent, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, right? It's totally free. It supports the channel. And, well, I appreciate that very, very much. So the Seven of Pentacles, then, all of this ambition that you have should be resulting in piles and piles of gold and happiness and richness and wealth. And you should be over the moon. You should be overjoyed, right? We should be happy beyond measure. But there's the Seven of Pentacles kind of feeling like, I don't have it yet. I don't know what it is. Maybe I haven't achieved enough. Maybe I have to work harder and faster to get more, and then I'll feel rich. Then I'll feel wealthy. Then I'll feel like it's enough. And, this is the card of failure. All this really high energy stuff that you're doing, and you still kind of feel as if you aren't producing enough. Okay? And I tell you, it doesn't matter how many resources you collect, or how much work you do, or how ambitious you are, how high you climb. That's not going to guarantee happiness. Okay? And in some ways, this feels a little cliche, right? You think of somebody who is the CEO of a company, and they're very busy, and they have all these ambitions, but they're miserable. Then you think of somebody that just sort of works at the coffee shop part-time and takes long walks through the park and doesn't have very many ambitions, right? That they live a happier life. Not necessarily. I think that's kind of messed up to assume that, right? I think that you can have this high ambition and you can be very happy. Just as you could work part-time and hang out with your friends a lot and stuff, and, and walk your dog a lot, but you could still be miserable. Okay? There's no guarantee either way. So if you feel that it is your life's work to be that emperor and to be ambitious and to work hard and to try to achieve your goals, yes, do that. That is right for you. We also want to be happy. We also want to have those relationships. We want to enjoy the moments where we're doing that. Okay? So the juxtaposition between the Emperor and the Justice card may be this sort of false dichotomy that says, well, if I was just one of the people, and just if I didn't have the ambition, and I just sort of if I got rid of all my fiery effort up here, and I just stopped being so busy, and I just slowed down, and if I just accepted less in life, and if I had less goals, if I had less, ambition, I'd be happier. There's no guarantee, right? There's no guarantee. It's all about how you're relating to what you're doing. You may slow down in your life and quit your job and take some other job somewhere else that's less demanding. And you think, well, I should be happy now, right? No, because maybe you're going to miss that high intensity, high pressure job, or that ambition, or all those goals that you had. You would miss doing that. So there's no guarantee either way. So whatever work you feel called on to do in your life, whatever that emperor work is, that's what you're meant to do. Keep doing that. But assess how you're experiencing that. Are we so full of anxiety and just and worry and fear that we feel sick, that we're not enjoying any moments of our lives, right? That's what we need to fix. It doesn't mean that the work is wrong. It's about our relationship to it. Okay? And that is really the Six of Cups. Six of Cups, of course, is talking about relationships. It's in the position of your relationships, right? It's in the position of your environment. Whatever environment you find yourself, you want to have more Six of Cups experiences in that context. So we want our emperor to marry the Empress, right? The emperor doesn't have to sort of renounce the throne and go become something else in order to have a Six of Cups. No, you can have your Six of Cups in the current situation you're in. It's just about how we are relating to our lives. So the Six of Cups is that sense of community, that sense of connection, not only with people, but with places, with things, with ideas, with activities. Maybe it's a high-stakes, competitive workplace environment. Now, you can either be miserable there, or you can find that to be a Six of Cups opportunity to really connect with it, to really be there, be present, and to find this kind of exhilarated joy in that situation. These are the questions you have to ask yourself. Everybody is different. Your recipe is different. Maybe this isn't the place for you, and you should go just get a very low-pressure, low-stakes kind of job or activity, or put yourself in a position where there's less anxiety, right? Less intensity. Well, that's your call, okay? But the Six of Cups is what we're after. And I think the Empress is the way we sort of get there. The Empress is the right environment for you, and it's in the position of the obstacle or the difficulty, because that's sort of the game of life, right? I don't know where my best environment is. It's kind of like we play the game of anywhere but here, right? You have to assess where you are in your life right now, in terms of your home, your physical, financial life, mental, emotional, and spiritual, creative. Where are you? What are the environments? Are they Six of Cups? Are they Six of Cups potential? Are they Empress environments? Are they environments that can foster connection and exhilaration and joy and being in the flow? Are they conducive to happiness? But we have to be careful not blame anybody. It's not the blame game. We're not blaming the environment and say, okay, I'm doing everything right, but this environment sucks, right? We don't want to do the opposite. We don't want to say, well, this environment is perfect. I must suck because I'm not happy here, So let's not do the blame game. Let's just observe. In all of the different realms of your life, physical, financial, mental, emotional, spiritual, creative, where are you? Like literally, physically, In an observable way, where are you? Okay, and what do you think is coming between your emperor and empress? What is between you and the environment? What is preventing there to be just love between these two, right? To be this connection, to be this kind of where we're here in the moment and we're loving it. It may be the scariest thing I've ever done, but I'm here, and this is going to be a memory, right? The Six of Cups, it is the memory in that sense, because it is those experiences that you will never forget. The Six of Cups is going to be imprinted in your soul as one of the best days of your lives, the happiest I've ever been, right? So that's, to me, what the Six of Cups really means. It's those moments of connection, of deep exhilaration and satisfaction, and we're just overjoyed in this moment. It could be a very challenging thing. It could be something very high stakes, high pressure, high anxiety. But it's up to you to determine how to get the proper relationship between yourself and your environment to get this Six of Cups experience. And, the Two of Cups, I think, is, to me, a card that really is foreshadowing that you are coming together with the right things, that you may have to observe yourself and sort of make some decisions about your own energy and make decisions about your environment so that you can come together one with the other in this very pure way. Okay, and it may be that you're being honest with yourself and you're realizing that some of your ambitions, some of your desires have changed. Okay, and then you may also be identifying some things in the environment that aren't really resonating with you. That's what the Six of Cups is about, finding that resonance in your environment. Yeah. So the Two of Cups is, I think, this union happening. This urge to merge in that moment with a person, place, a thing. This could be a true love situation for some of you. Could be finding the person that's right for you. Okay? In the realization that your life is perfect otherwise, but something's missing. Well, maybe it's that partner, that spouse, that soulmate situation, right? That true love. It could be that you are in the work that you're doing or the life that you're living. Maybe you have lost sight of what your true purpose is. You've lost sight of what is it that you're doing that you felt at one time was your purpose, the reason why you're doing all that. You need to connect with the joy. And that's an act of love, right? It's a love for yourself. It's a love for the other, the environment, what you're doing, the person, the place, the thing, the pets, the plants, the people, right? And I think that this is wow. Yeah, this union is happening. I want to look at the mystery card and see if see how it confirms things for us. I'm not sure what this card will be. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. I kind of feel like it's going to be another Six of Cups. That we sort of remember the day when we've had Six of Cups days before. And you remember those days, you remember the feeling at least. Maybe we're going to get another Six of Cups to say, we're going to start creating more days like that. However that has to take place. Right? That we're going to unite, we're going to immerse ourselves in the right environment for us. And it's in this union of love that brings that together, that it's produced that Six of Cups moment, And we really could be talking about you coming together with a lover, with a true love in a romantic way. It very much could be. But it doesn't have to be, Let's see. It's a Five of Cups. Well, that's okay too. Because again, it maybe is the game of kind of anywhere but here. So with the Five of Cups, it's really interesting with the Five of Cups because we have to look at the Three of Cups in front of us. That's the dissatisfaction. That's the abundance that is gone, right? That is the experience that we're just not having now. I'm doing this work and I'm recognizing I don't really feel all that connected with what I'm doing. I don't feel exhilarated. I don't feel overjoyed. I don't feel like I'm just bubbling over with happiness. Okay, we got to identify that. So you're identifying it. But we're not just going to sit there and stare at it, are we? For the rest of our lives, sit there and lament the fact that I'm doing my job. I hate my job. I'm miserable here. I don't like the people I'm with. I don't like where I'm at. I don't like the landscape. I don't like the climate. No, what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and we're going to look at that Two of Cups behind us. And we're going to think, okay, there's something I do like. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try to either be honest about what I am truly wanting in life, or I'm going to be honest about kind of what I perceive in this environment, and I'm going to do something different, right? So that I can bring myself together with that feeling, that Two of Cups back there. So if we're so busy staring at the spilled Three of Cups, we're never going to notice the Two of Cups right behind us. So it's good to identify the problem areas, but okay, now let's go identify the perfect areas, those opportunities where we can achieve that. And maybe we have to just kind of experiment with different combinations of things, right? Different combinations of, environment and pursuing particular things that I think I want to do, or ways that I want to relate to people. Because again, it's not so much about what you're doing, but how you're doing it and why. And what kind of feeling does it give you? Okay? So again, two people could be doing the same job. One person will hate it, one person it'll be the happiest they've ever been. You ever had jobs like that where you're there with somebody else, you're pretty much doing the same job, and they're just like, they're happy, right? They're smiling and laughing, they're talking to people, they're joking around, and you're just kind of over here with a stink face like, I hate it. And I hate that person for being happy, So it's not about what you're doing, but how and why. Maybe there are other things going on in your life that are preventing you from enjoying the work that you're doing now. Maybe there is that something that's missing. Maybe this is just not the right environment for you. Maybe this is just not work that you can connect with, not an environment that you can experience that kind of exhilaration in. But I think it more has to do with our relationship to it than with it. Okay? Anyway, we're going to do it as in the extended reading. If you want to stick around, link up top, link down below. New readings for Sagittarius, Wednesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.